What's up, YouTube? My beans are going crazy in the garden, as you can see here. So today, I'm going to show you how to pickle up some dilly beans. I first made these dilly beans last year, and they were a huge hit at our Christmas party. So today, I'm going to can up a few more quarts, and the recipe that I'm going to use will actually make 5 quarts. So the things you're going to need to make these delicious dilly beans are some green beans, of course. Now, I have about 4 pounds here, probably a little over that. And like I said, I should be getting 5 quarts. Now, I have cut the tips off of these green beans and rinsed them very well. You're also going to need some vinegar, some garlic, dill seed, mustard seed, and red pepper flakes. And you're also going to need some water. Now we're going to be canning these dilly beans in the hot water bath, so I already have my kettle on the stove and it's already boiling. And my jars are in the dishwasher on the sanitize cycle. So let's get started. So the very first thing that I'm going to do, besides rinsing my beans and trimming off the ends, is I'm going to put 5 cups of water into this pot here. And also 5 cups of vinegar. Now, one thing I forgot to mention that you're also going to need is pickling or canning salt. Today I'm going to be using this Mrs. Wages kind, but they have all kinds out there. Just make sure that it's not iodized table salt, because that'll make your brine cloudy. So to this water vinegar mixture, I'm going to add a half a cup of this pickling salt, and I'll go ahead and leave the recipe down below in the description. And just like that. Now to recap, I have 5 cups of water, 5 cups of vinegar, and a half a cup of pickling salt. Now I'm just going to stick this onto the stove and bring it to a boil. Next, I pulled out my warm jars here that have been sterilized in the dishwasher, and I like using these wide mouth jars. It's a lot easier to get your beans out of the jar when you're ready to eat them. So the next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and put 1 smashed clove of garlic into each jar. Now I'm just going to take my yellow mustard seed here, and I'm going to put half a teaspoon per jar. Now, using the crushed red pepper flakes, I'm also going to put a half a teaspoon per jar. Now finally, using the dill seed, you could probably also just use dill weed if you had it. I'm also going to put a half a teaspoon per jar. Alright guys, now the next step is to fill these jars with your beans. Now I like to kind of hold it at an angle here and start off with the straight beans. Now if your beans are really long, you're going to want to trim them down. I like to leave a good inch headspace here at the top of the jar. And you want to pack these in pretty tight. Alright guys, so I'm just going to continue to fill up the rest of these jars, and I'll meet you back here when they're full. Alright guys, so all those beans filled up 5 jars. And any of the little bent beans or little pieces of beans, I just went ahead and stuck them right on top. Now I also have my lids and rings here and some hot water just to soften up the rings. And my brine is right over here, and it's come to a boil. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to fill up our jars with a 1/2 inch headspace. And the 1/2 inch headspace is the beginning of the thread right here. Now I went ahead and washed all of my utensils in hot soapy water, and I also let them sit in my canner over there just to get nice and sterile. It's really important, especially when you're hot water bath canning, to be as sterile as possible. So now I'm just going to take my ladle here and fill up each jar, and like I said, I'm going to be leaving a 1/2 inch headspace. Now as you can see, I didn't quite fill up this jar with brine, and this one has no brine in it. So I'm going to go ahead and make another batch of brine, and I know I'm not going to use it all, but I also know I'm going to have more green beans to come. So any leftover brine I have from that second batch, I'll just put it in the fridge and use it up within the next couple days. Now I'll bring you back here when these have brine in them. Alright guys, so all 5 are filled up with brine now. So now I'm just going to take some paper towel here. I'm going to dip it in this hot water, and I'm going to wipe all the edges down to make sure there's nothing on there that's going to keep it from sealing. And now I'm just going to put my lid and rings on. Now when I screw these down, I'm just going to do it finger tight, just like that. So now I'm just going to stick these in my hot water bath canner. So I'll take you over there and show you what I'm doing. Alright guys, that's my last jar, and I just kind of like to evenly space these in my canner. Just like that. And the next thing I'm going to do is lower this into the water. And you want to make sure that you have a good inch of water over the jars here. That looks about good to me. Now the next thing I'm going to do is put my lid on. Let this come back to a rolling boil, and I'm going to time this for 10 minutes. Alright guys, so I just pulled these dilly beans out of the canner, and they're still nice and bubbly. Now I'm just going to let these cool off and hope that they seal. But if they don't, it's no big deal. I'll just go ahead and throw them in the fridge, and they'll still be great. This is a delicious and a great way to use up all those extra beans that you have that seem to never stop producing. I also like to can up just plain beans, and I freeze and vacuum seal them too. Now earlier this morning, I also went ahead and did some diced tomatoes and some corn cob jelly. A few days ago, I canned up a bunch of corn that we got at the farmer's stand, so I saved the cobs and made some jelly. It tastes just like honey. Now I hope you give this delicious dilly bean recipe a try. If you like this video and want to see more of my videos, go down below and hit the big red subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. If you have a question about this video or any of my other videos, or would just like to leave a suggestion for a future upcoming video, leave me a comment. Feel free to share this video across your social media. And as always, thanks for watching, happy pickling, and I'll see you next time.